It's now 6 o'clock, and so I'd like to call the December 3rd, 2025 regular meeting of the McKinleyville Community Services District Board of Directors to order. Joey, would you call our roll, please?
Director Bender.
Here.
Director Beitman.
Here.
Director Couch.
Here.
Director Mayo.
Here.
Director Orsini.
Present.
And I would like to note that Director Bender and Director Mayo are attending via Zoom this evening with just cause. Director Bender, can you confirm there is no one over the age of 18 present with you and Director Mayo?
There's no one other than Director Mayo and I in this room.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can we proceed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Greg, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Thank you, Greg. Do we have any additions or changes to the agenda for this evening's meeting?
We have no additions or changes to the agenda.
Okay, thank you. Should I read this? Items may be added to the agenda in accordance with section 54954 B2 of the Government Code of the Brown Act upon determination of 2/3 vote of the members of the legislative body present at the time of the meeting, or if less than 2/3 of the members are present, the unanimous vote of those members present, that there is a need to take immediate action, and that need for action came to the attention of McKinleyville Community Services District after the agenda was posted. I hear no additions. May we have a motion to approve the agenda, please?
So moved.
And a second.
A second.
Thank you. Joey, would you call the roll, please?
Director Bender.
Yes.
President Beitman.
Yes.
Director Couch.
Yes.
Director Orsini.
Yes.
Director Mayo.
Yeah.
Okay. Move on now. Item 5 is a closed session discussion. At any time during the regular session, the board may adjourn to closed session to consider existing and or anticipated litigation, liability claims, real property negotiations, license and permit determinations, threats to security, public employee appointments, personnel matters, evaluations and discipline, labor negotiations, or discuss with legal counsel matters within the attorney-client privilege. Do we have a closed session scheduled for this evening?
There are no closed sessions scheduled for this.
Thank you. Thank you. Then we'll move on to item B, public hearings. These are items of a quasi-judicial or legislative nature. Public comments relevant to these proceedings are invited. Do we have any public hearings scheduled for this evening?
Nope, there are no public hearings scheduled for this evening.
All right, so now we'll move on to item C, which is public comment and written communications. Any person may address the board at this time upon any subject not identified on this agenda, but within the jurisdiction of the McKinleyville Community Services District. However, any matter that requires action will be referred to staff for a report of action at a subsequent committee or board meeting. As to matters on the agenda, an opportunity will be given to address the board when the matter is considered. Comments are limited to 3 minutes. Letters should be used for complex issues. Do we have anybody wishing to make a public comment? Do we have anybody online who might make a public comment? No? Seeing none, we will move on to the next item, which is the consent calendar. Consent calendar items are expected to be routine and non-controversial, to be acted upon by the board of directors at one time without discussion. If any board member, staff member, or interested person requests that an item be removed from the consent calendar, it shall be removed so that it may be acted upon separately. Do we have any request to remove an item from the consent calendar? Sure.
I would like to pull item D1, please.
Request the removal of item D1, which is approval of draft minutes of the Board of Directors special meeting on October 22, 2025, special meeting on October 29, 2025, a regular meeting on November 5th, 2025, and special meeting on November 10th, 2025. We will now move that to the basically to the beginning of the continued and new business area. Do we have any requests to remove any other item from the consent calendar?
I'll move to approve the rest of the consent calendar.
Okay, and a second.
Second.
Thank you. Joey, would you call the roll, please?
Director Bender,
Yes.
Director Couch,
Yes.
President Beitman,
Yes.
Director Mayo.
Yeah.
And Director Orsini.
Yes.
Okay. The consent calendar is then stands as approved. And we will move on now to consider item D1 separately. And item D1, Joy, you have asked that we act upon it separately. Will you please inform us as to what we need to do?
Thank you, President Beitman. So I have a couple of simple corrections to the minutes that were brought to my attention. On the draft minutes from October 29th, 2025 on page 13, the vice president and president of the board are mislabeled, so that needs to be corrected. Secondly, on the draft minutes from November 10th, 2025 on page 19, the approval of the agenda item, the motion was made by Director Bender. It was seconded by Director Mayo, not Director Bender. So Director Bender did not second himself.
You didn't first and second it?
No.
Oh, okay.
So I will make those corrections. So the request from staff is to approve the minutes as amended.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve the item D1 as recommended for modification.
Do we have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Joy, will you call the roll for approval of the minutes as amended?
Director Bender,
Yes.
President Beitman,
Yes.
Director Couch,
Yes.
Director Mayo,
Yeah.
Director Orsini.
Yes.
Okay. That concludes the consent calendar. The next item on the agenda is to consider approval of the draft October 31, 2025 Treasurer's Report. Where are we on that one?
Where anyone? Page 41.
Page 40, 20, 21, page 21,
41.
41. All right.
It's approved in the consent calendar. On to E1 now.
We're at the point of, you're right, that is on the consent calendar. I'm sorry. We're at the point now of continued and new business, which is to consider approval of the California Forest Improvement Program, the Forest Management Program. And that will be found on page 41 of the meeting packet. And that is to be presented by Kirsten Messmer, our Director of Parks and Recreation. Kirsten?
Thank you. And I apologize ahead of time, there's a lot of abbreviations with the community forest and the committees and the plans and all the things. At the Forest Management Plan and Funding / Budget, which the FMP Subcommittee meeting on November 4th, 2025, the subcommittee reviewed the most recent version of the California Forest Improvement Plan, or CFIP, Forest Management Plan, which is also FMP, being prepared by BBW and Associates. Subcommittee members worked with Greg Bloomstrom of BBW on suggested edits to the FMP. The subcommittee then approved the draft CFIP FMP with suggested edits be submitted to CAL FIRE prior to the November 12th, 2025 grant deadline for the draft submittal. BBW submitted the draft CFIP FMP to CAL FIRE. No comments were received from CAL FIRE on the draft CFIP FMP prior to the issuance of the committee packet for the McKinleyville Community Forest Committee meeting. Upon receiving comments from CAL FIRE, BBW will incorporate them and resubmit the final CFIP FMP to CAL FIRE prior to the December 12th grant deadline. At the time of this posting for the agenda packet for the regularly scheduled December 3rd board meeting, comments have not been received back from CAL FIRE. This is the version provided via the link below, which is attachment 1, is the most recent version provided by BBW. The CFIP FMP table of contents is also included as attachment 2. At the November 18th McKinleyville Community Forest Committee meeting, the committee made a motion to recommend that the MCSD Board of Directors approve the CFIP FMP. Staff recommends that the board review the information provided, discuss, take public comment, and recommends that the MCSD Board of Directors approve the CFIP FMP for submittal to CAL FIRE.
Thank you, Kirsten. This is an action item, and we are considering approval of the California Forest Improvement Program, and Forest Improvement Program and the Forest Management Plan. Do I have any comments from members of the board, present or online? No, hearing none. Comments from staff? No. Hearing none. Do we have any comments from the public on this, on these plans? If not, I'll call for a motion for approval.
Go ahead.
I will move that we approve the California Forest Improvement Program, CFIP Forest Management Plan.
And a second, please.
It's on. He just needs to get
I
closer.
need to get closer. Sorry.
And I'll second that.
Thank you. Joy, would you call the roll, please?
Director Bender, President Beitman,
Yes.
Director Couch,
Yes.
Director Mayo, Director Rossini.
Yes. I can barely hear you guys online. I don't know what happened, but your microphone went way down.
Okay, I'll check it.
There you go.
That's better.
It's better now.
Hotel Wi-Fi is really, really dumb down here.
Okay. Director Mayo, would you say something so we can make sure you're coming through?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Did you hear him?
No.
No.
Yeah.
I think it's the mic is voice activated, I bet.
No, this mic's not voice activated. I'm using my space bar.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can hear you now.
Again, Dennis.
That's better.
Better,
Better.
much better. Okay. The
I didn't hear anything either.
We can see his mouth.
yeah, okay. I believe we got a unanimous vote of approval on this. Okay, thanks, Joey. Let's then move on to the next item on the agenda, which is compliance with the state double check valve law. And
Nope.
No,
Item
we're-
E2,
Isn't it?
page
E2
49.
is 49.
E2, I'm sorry, that's on the consent calendar. It's all gone. Yeah, discuss and approve resolution 2025-20, adopting the mitigated negative declaration and mitigation monitoring and reporting program for the highway sewer crossing project. And this is to be found on page 49 of the board meeting packet.
Thank you, President Beitman. So I'll be presenting this. The highway sewer crossing retrofit project would replace 3 existing gravity sewer lines in McKinleyville that cross under Highway 101 with pipes that are more resilient to damage in a major earthquake and with a slightly larger capacity to handle larger storm events flows than the existing pipes. Specifically, the pipes would be replaced with parallel high-density polyethylene pipes or fusible polyvinyl chloride pipes. The proposed replacement method for each highway crossing is horizontal auger boring. The 3 project sites total approximately 15.2 acres. Construction is currently scheduled to commence in the summer of 2026, extending through April 2027. If feasible, vegetation clearing outside of the nesting bird season would occur first by March 15th, 2026. Construction would require approximately 12 months. The project would result in less than significant impacts with mitigation incorporated for air quality, biological resources, cultural resources, energy resources, geology and soils, hydrology and water quality, and tribal cultural resources. Mitigation measure AQ1 has been incorporated into the project to reduce the potential impact related to PM10 fugitive dust by requiring BMPs. Mitigation measures Bio 1 through Bio 6 have been incorporated into the project to reduce the impact to special status species and nesting birds, special status bats, the North American porcupine, special status amphibians and reptiles, sensitive vegetation communities, and wetlands. Mitigation measures CR1 through CR5 have been incorporated into the project to reduce potential impacts to archaeological resources. Mitigation measure GO1 has been incorporated into the project to reduce potential impacts on potentially unknown paleontological resources. Mitigation measure HWQ1 has been incorporated into the project to surface and to protect surface and groundwater quality. The initial study proposed mitigated negative deck, or ISMND, includes a review of potential conceptual layouts. A portion of the ISMND is included as attachment 1. The entire ISMND can be found on the district's website and on the State Clearinghouse website, State Clearinghouse number 2025-100907. Jumping down to the CEQA process, an ISMND was prepared detailing the project components and potential environmental impacts as required by the California Environmental Quality Act. See attachment 1. The ISMND was publicly circulated from October 20th, 2025 to November 19th, 2025, and was filed with the State Clearinghouse along with a notice of completion on October 20th, 2025. A notice of intent to adopt the ISMND attachment 3 was published in the Mad River Union on October 22nd. No comments were received during the public review period. CEQA also requires that when adopting a mitigative negative declaration, the lead agency shall also adopt a program for reporting on or monitoring the changes which it has either required in the project or made a condition of approval to mitigate or avoid significant environmental effects. Therefore, a mitigation monitoring and reporting plan, the MMRP, was prepared to satisfy this requirement and is included as attachment 6. The MMRP details the mitigation measures contained in the ISMND, who is responsible for implementing the measures, and the timing of the action. The board will need to adopt the MMRP as part of the CEQA process. Under fiscal analysis, this project has been designed and will be constructed largely through public grant funds obtained from the FEMA Hazard Mitigation Grant Program administered by Cal OES. The district received a hazard mitigation grant in the amount of $5,321,062.48. This grant requires a district match of $1,755,100 for a total funding amount of $7,076,162.48. The district's capital improvement plan budget has $2 million budgeted for this current fiscal year, 3.8 million for fiscal year 26-27, and 1 million for fiscal year 27-28. During the budgeting process for fiscal year 26-27, these budget amounts may be reallocated. So this is the CEQA document for the project. CEQA requires that the board review and consider the public comment and response to public comment document of the circulated ISMND, adopt the ISMND for the project, adopt the mitigation monitoring and reporting plan for the project, and approve the project. The district is then required to file a notice of determination, which is included as attachment 7 with the county recorder's office within 5 working days of the decision to approve the project. All of these items are addressed in attachment 5, which is resolution 2025-20. And approval of the resolution will enact the required adoptions and approvals and direct the general manager to file the notice of determination. So staff recommends that the board review the information, discuss, take public comment, and approve resolution 2025-20, which adopts the ISMND and the mitigation monitoring reporting program and approves the highway sewer crossing project, and direct the general manager to file the notice of determination with the county within 5 days.
Do we have questions or discussion from members of the board?
California porcupine, huh?
Yes, California
Yep.
porcupines are good.
That's
Comment.
not seen too many porcupines around here, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I was surprised that the western bumblebee didn't end up in there.
Yeah.
It didn't.
I'm surprised. Or
The,
the, what is it? The red-legged frog? or-
yeah, red-legged frog or the mountain beaver.
Yeah.
Beaver is probably the only thing that might be in there.
Seen a few of them around.
Yeah.
mhm.
I had one on my property, years ago, we had cocker spaniels, and the cocker spaniel went into the brush and came out with a mountain beaver hanging on its nose.
Good for the beaver.
Any other comments from members of the board?
Not anything substantive.
No, nothing substantive. Okay. And comments from members of the staff, please. Any further discussion? Okay. And may we have comments or discussion from members of the public, please? Seeing none.
I'll move per staff recommendation.
May we have a second to this?
I will second.
Thank you. Joy, would you call the roll, please?
Director Bender,
Yes.
President Beitman,
Yes.
Director Couch,
Yes.
Director Mayo,
Yes.
and Director Rossini.
Yes.
Good. The motion passes. And we will move on to item E3, which can be found on page 177 of the packet for this evening's meeting. It's to consider approval of professional service agreement with Kennedy Jenks for design, permitting, and construction management of the Mad River Crossing water main retrofit project. And our general manager, Pat Kasperi, will present this, please.
Thank you, President Beitman. As the board is aware, this item was tabled at the last board meeting since we were waiting on the scope and fee from Kennedy Jenks. So I'm bringing it back to you. On August 15, 2025, the district received a hazard mitigation grant administered by the California Governor's Office of Emergency Services, or Cal OES, to provide a redundant pipe from the district's source water provided by Humboldt Bay Municipal Water District under the Mad River. The initial obligation of the FEMA Cal OES is for $1,017,175.44 in grant funding, with a $317,868.06 district match, for a total of $1,335,043.50 to complete the phase 1 design and permitting for the project. The objective of the proposed project is to reduce the risk of loss of water service and associated wastewater and fire services to the district in the case of a large seismic or flood event. The project will construct a newly seismically resilient secondary pipeline under the Mad River. The district currently receives all of their potable water from Humboldt Bay via a single 18-inch pipeline that goes under the Mad River. The installation of a new redundant seismically resilient high-density polyethylene pipe under the river will greatly mitigate the risk to MCSD's water supply. A request for qualifications was sent out on September 22nd, 2025 to seek a qualified consulting firm to provide the engineering design, CEQA, and other environmental permitting assistance and prepare the construction bid documents for the project. The RFQ was emailed to several engineering firms, posted at the Eureka, Reading, and Sacramento Builders Exchanges, noticed in the Mad River Union, and posted to the district website. The statement of qualifications in response to the RFQ were due back on Monday, October 27th. Kennedy Jenks was the only firm to submit a SOQ and was found to be responsive and responsible. The district has a long history of working with Kennedy Jenks, and district staff are confident that they can perform the necessary services. First phase of the grant consists of the project management, grant management, topographic surveys, engineering design, special environmental studies to facilitate the CEQA process, the preparation of the CEQA documents, preparation of the other necessary permits with the California Department of Fish and Wildlife, State Water Resources Control Board, Army Corps of Engineers, and the state lands. Obtaining any temporary construction easement, a geotechnical investigation and preparation of the bid package and construction document. Phase 2 will then include bidding of the construction project, bid evaluation and recommendation, and any final permitting and any final construction easement negotiation, as well as construction oversight and project and grant closeout. The original grant agreement had a project performance period ending on August 26, 2026, but district staff requested and were granted an extension to April 10th, 2027. However, it's still going to be a race to complete the engineering, permitting, and construction of the project by April 2027, and time is of the essence for this project. Do you want me to read through the fiscal analysis or jump right to staff recommendations?
I'll ask other members of the board. I'm content with jumping right to staff recommendations.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Me too.
Jump to the staff.
Okay.
So staff recommends the board review the information provided and authorize the general manager to execute a professional service agreement with Kennedy Jenks in the amount of $1,241,519 to perform engineering and permitting services for the Mad River Crossing water main retrofit project.
Thank you, Pat. Do we have comments from the board? This is our general manager pointed out, this was tabled at the last meeting because it at that time lacked the scope of work and fee schedule for the contractor, Kennedy Jenks, and we have since received those. And I think we're prepared to move ahead, but I'll take discussion from the other members of the board on that matter. Are we ready to move ahead on this item?
Well,
I got a comment.
I got a comment too.
Oh,
Go ahead,
okay.
you can go first.
Can I go first? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so would it be appropriate to add a contingency to this so you don't have to come back to the board for a change order?
They have Kennedy Jenks built into their quote a contingency.
Okay.
So,
So there's a contingency, so the not to exceed number includes a contingency?
yes.
Okay. Okay.
Any other thoughts,
So
questions,
I wanted
comments?
to comment, there was no discussion in here about our 10-inch water line that we put into the bridge of 101 over the Mad River when it was built. So that does give us a little bit of emergency backup if something happened. So
Okay, then are you suggesting that is there and is functional, or are you asking?
oh, it is there and functional, and I just don't want everybody to forget about it because it would be
Yeah,
a good place to mention it.
The greatest benefit is to Arcata. We can easily backfeed Arcata through that line. We don't get much water from Arcata when we're trying to take it our way. But yes, you are
Yeah.
absolutely correct. That
But we did test that one.
yeah.
While
Yep.
I was in charge of
Yep.
water for the city. it made our water horrible for 2 days up in the Valley West area, but it was able to supply water. again.
Sometimes chemistry is not your friend.
What?
Sometimes chemistry is not your
No.
friend.
Any other thoughts or comments from board members? Those online, Scott? Dennis? Okay. Do we have comments or questions from members of the staff? No? No. From members of the public? I think we have a motion and a second. Are we ready for the question? Joey, will you call roll, please?
Did we?
No.
We did not do motion.
We need the motion.
I thought we had a motion and a second.
No.
I'm sorry. I thought I'm jumping ahead. May I have a motion, please?
I'll move to consider approval of the professional services agreement with Kennedy Jinks for the design of the Mad River Crossing.
Okay, and a second,
And I'll
please.
second that.
And we now have a motion and a second.
Director Bender,
Yeah.
President Beitman,
Yes,
Director Couch,
Yes.
Director Mayo,
Yes.
and Director Orsini.
We heard you that time, Dennis. Yes.
okay, the motion carries. We'll move on to the next item, which is item 4, E4, or is it F? I'm sorry, where are we?
E4,
E4, this is.
213.
Continue new business. So you find that on page 213 in the board packet. And then this is to consider approval of a contract with Tyler Technologies and Brit Global Industries, LLC, for a new accounting system. And this is to be presented to us by Samantha Howard, our finance director. Samantha, would you please?
Yes, hi. So before I read the staff note, I want to let everyone know that Cody Gunderson from Tyler Technologies is also online to help with questions if there's any. Okay, so for fiscal year 2025-2026, the district budgeted $450,000 to acquire new financial and accounting software to replace the current MOMS software. Staff established an enterprise resource planning committee made up of key software users to research and meet with different software vendors. Altogether, the ERP committee took discovery presentations from 5 different software providers. Of those, the top 3 were invited to present in-depth software demonstrations and submit cost proposals for the district's informal bid process. Staff settled on Tyler Technologies as the best suited platform for district needs. However, before making the final decision, staff reached out to 3 other districts that are currently using Tyler Tech for feedback. Staff also shadowed employees at the city of Eureka to see Tyler Tech in action. All feedback came back positive. Additionally, District Legal Counsel and SDRMA, the district's public entity risk pool insurance provider, reviewed the contract and worked with Tyler Tech to finalize the contract provisions and insurance requirements. The initial contract as attachment 1 with Tyler Tech will be for 3 years. Initial one-time cost for Tyler Technology software is $122,562. This includes all accounting, utility billing, payroll, and operation modules necessary to continue and improve internal processes, as well as all Tyler staff support to get the district through implementation and go live. Annual cost for the first 3 fiscal years will be $60,922 per year. Years 4 and 5 will not exceed a 4% increase each year. Annual cost following year 5 will be at what Tyler's current rates are at that time. The $450,000 CIP budget will cover all one-time fees and the first year's annual fees, and any hardware that may need to be purchased to implement the new software, such as tablets for the operations department for mobile service and work orders. Full implementation will be a multi-phase process and take approximately 15 to 18 months. To assist with MOMS data extraction, MCSC will partner with Brit Global Industries, LLC, per recommendation from Tyler Tech for a period of 18 months for a not-to-exceed cost of $5,000. Brit Global Industries, LLC maintains errors and emissions insurance coverage and has been doing data extraction for 30 years. The database extract estimate is provided as attachment 2. To highlight the fiscal analysis, again, our CIP budget was $450,000. With the 122,562 one-time fees and 60,922 first-year annual costs, our actual cost savings in the CIP budget is $266,516. Staff recommends that the board will listen to the presentation, review the information provided, discuss, take public comment, and approve the general manager to execute a three-year contract with Tyler Technologies for a total of $305,325 for new financial and accounting software, and to execute an 18-month contract with Brick Global Industries LLC for $5,000 for data extraction.
Okay. Good. Questions or comments from our members of our board, including those online? Can those of you online hear?
Is there something that Cody would like to add to before?
Okay, let's. Okay.
Thank
Cody?
you. Thank you, Samantha, Pat, and members of the board. First of all, can everyone hear me?
Perfectly.
Yes.
Fantastic. I just want to take a brief second and thank you all for the opportunity to allow Tyler Technologies to be included in the district's evaluation process for new software. We have a lot of experience in working with agencies just like the district, and we are very much looking forward to working with the district in this endeavor moving forward.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other?
Yeah, I had
Go
just
ahead.
an esoteric question. Is it server-based or cloud-based?
This will be cloud-based.
Cloud-based?
Yeah.
Okay. Other questions, including questions of
So
Cody?
I had a question about our old mom system. How old is it and how clunky is it, I should say?
So to address all of those, the most recent contract I was able to find with MOMS, or also known as Corbin Willits, was signed in 1992. It is very clunky. Data extraction and report pulling is very challenging. It also does not offer nearly the modules that's offered through Tyler Tech, requiring a lot of manual processes to be done either in Excel or by paper.
We've had mom since we had a Unix server, if you know how old Unix is. So we've had, as far as I know, we've had mom since the beginning.
Well, that's why I just want
In
to
72.
show why we needed a new one,
Yeah.
because software gets more and more modern through the years. Sounds like we're outdated currently.
Oh, and I got another one. So this is going to have to interact with our meter reading software. So is this going to be compatible with our meter reading software?
Yes, Tyler Technologies is fully compatible with our Badger software.
Mhm.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Other questions from members of the board? And Dennis and Scott, have you questions?
No questions
Okay.
here. Glad to see Cody online to answer any questions that you guys might have. Thanks for joining us.
Dennis, you have a question? No, that's a thumbs
Thumbs
up.
up.
Okay, we got that. All right. I'll next turn to members of our staff. Do we have any questions of Samantha or of Cody? No. All right. Members of the public, do we have any questions or comments, please? If not, I'll call for a motion to approve the contract with Tyler Technologies and Brick Global Industries LLC. May I have the motion, please?
I'll move per staff recommendation.
Okay,
And I'll second.
thank you. Joey, would you call the roll, please, on this?
Director Bender,
Yes.
President Beitman,
Yes.
Director Couch,
Yes.
Director Mayo,
Yeah.
and Director Orsini.
Yes.
Motion carries, approving the staff recommendation that we approve the contract.
Thank you, Cody.
Thank you all so much.
And thank you. I'm glad you're here. Appreciate you taking the time with us.
He's not here.
Absolutely. Thank you all.
He's in San Diego. He's not here.
He's not here.
He's actually down here with us at Aqua right now.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, you guys have fun together, all right?
He's not in the room with you.
This is okay.
No, no.
All right. I'd like to move on to the next item, which is the consider the appointment, an appointment to the vacant voting seat on the Parks and Recreation Committee. And that'll be presented by Kirsten Messmer. It's found on the recommendation is found on page 301 of the board meeting packet. And Kirsten, would you please?
I absolutely will take it away. It is the duty of the Board of Directors to vet and select the most qualified candidates to become members of the park, which is the Park and Recreation Committee. The Board of Directors is obligated to interview all candidates, discuss the candidates' qualifications, and select the most qualified candidates to serve on the committee by majority vote. There is currently one voting member seat opening on the park. We currently have both alternate seats also vacant. The park made a motion at their November 19th, 2025 meeting to recommend that the MCSD Board of Directors fill the one vacant voting seat with Arya Yasan. So staff recommends that the board consider the information provided, air questions, take public comment, and vote on the appointment of Arya Yasan to the Parks and Recreation Committee as a voting member for a term of 4 years.
Thank you, thank you. Members of the board, any questions or comments?
Yeah, I've got one. Well, looking through her application for
Is
sorry. It seems very that he's very much qualified to do it, and it'll be glad to have him on there and get some fresh blood on there and for participation. So I want to thank him very much for putting his hat in the ring for this.
Okay. I'll echo that. It's nice to see energy. And I like the presentation that accompanied this recommendation. Other members of the board? No?
Nothing.
Comments from members of the staff?
I do want to just kind of add that he did attend our park meeting, and so the park got to kind of ask him some questions and get a little bit more in depth than just him submitting his application. And so he is a X-ray tech and a former skater, still loves skating, but doesn't do as many of he talked about how he's much more careful down in his new position. Yes. So the motion was absolutely made by Charlie to get him on there as soon as Charlie heard that he was a skater in his youth. So
That's much appreciated. Thank you. Other comments from board or from staff? No? How about from members of the public? Do we have anybody wishing to say anything? No? In that case, I'll call for a motion to approve the appointment of, how do you pronounce it?
Arya
Yasan?
Yasan, yeah.
Yasan. To the vacant voting position on the Parks and Recreation Committee. May I have a motion, please?
Oh, it's my turn. So I would move that we appoint Arya Yasan to the vacant voting seat on the Park and
Second,
Recreation.
please.
And I'll second that.
Thank you. Joey, would you call the roll?
Director Bender,
Yes.
President Beitman,
Yes.
Director Couch,
Yes.
Director Mayo,
Yes.
and Director Orsini.
Yes.
Okay. Motion passes. Thank you all. The next item on our agenda is the approval of public member applicants to the Trails Infrastructure Cleanup and Security Subcommittee. This is to be presented by Kirsten Messmer, our Director of Parks and Recreation. Go for it, Kristen.
All right, thank you. Was the duty of the McKinleyville Community Forest Committee, or MCFC, to vet and select the most qualified candidates to become members of the Trails Infrastructure Cleanup and Security Subcommittee, lovingly known as TICS. The committee was tasked to review the candidates' applications, discuss the candidates' qualifications, and select the most qualified candidates to serve on the subcommittee by majority vote. We had 7 apply for 5 voting seats and 2 alternate seats. So Nancy Morelli, her application is attachment 1. Kenneth Burton is attachment 2. Charlie Caldwell, attachment 3. Justin Brown, attachment 4. Phil Heydrich, attachment 5. And Sean Fife, attachment 6. And lastly, Patrick Courtney, attachment 7, submitted their applications for consideration. All applicants reside within the MCSD service area. Applications are for the 2026 calendar year, where there are currently 5 public member seats on the subcommittee, along with the 2 alternates. So during the November 18th, 2025 MCFC meeting, the committee voted to make the following recommendation to you guys, to the MCSD board, to approve the following candidates to the TICS subcommittee as voting members: Nancy Morelli, Kenneth Burton, Charlie Caldwell, Justin Brown, and Phil Heydrich. They also approved the following candidates as alternate members: Sean Fife and Patrick Courtney. And I also just kind of want to add, before I get into my recommendation, that the committee definitely wanted to make sure that there was representation. So each one of the 5 that got one of the voting seats, actually someone else spoke out in favor of them being one of the voting seats during the meeting. And so I think we landed with a nice, even kind of spread of different representations for the user groups and residents. So staff recommends that the board review the information provided, air questions, take public comment, and vote on the McKinleyville Community Forest Committee's recommendation to the MCSD Board of Directors for appointments to the Trails Infrastructure Cleanup and Security Subcommittee for the term of 1 year.
Thank you. Appreciate that. I'd like to have questions or comments from members of the board, please.
Yeah, so the conversation, we had a great conversation about this. And the slate, as you see it here with Nancy, Kenneth, Charlie, Justin, Phil, Sean, and Patrick, all we had consensus amongst the committee on them as either voting members or as alternate members. So and we had a pretty robust conversation about it. And as Kirsten said, we're very focused on making sure that we had a good cross-section of representation from the community for different, for different special interests on the committee. So.
Okay. Thank you, Creighton. Other members of the board?
Well, I was going to say, I kind of know some of these guys peripherally through the community, and I think it's an outstanding group of people. So.
Appreciate your endorsement. Thank you. Our online board members? Thumbs up. Great, great. I'll make one comment, which is really just to echo what Director Orsini has said. I am very pleased, absolutely pleased, that the committee has worked very hard and succeeded in getting a membership on TICS that represents well the diversity of the people who we hope will become the regular users of the community forest. And I want to thank you especially for working on that and getting that for us. It's really, really valuable. Thank you. Comments from the public? Or from staff, I'm sorry, staff members? Comments? No. Comments from the public? No. Seeing or hearing none, I'll call for a motion to approve the public member applicants to the Trails Infrastructure Cleanup and Security Subcommittee, the TIC Committee.
Can I,
Subcommittee.
something,
Sure.
I don't want to blindside staff. It's just something that came up. I know we talked about it a little bit earlier. Is there any thought about rotating these folks so that their terms don't all end at the same time?
Sorry, didn't realize that was on.
Go for it.
The public members, per the rules and regs, only have a year.
Oh, so it wouldn't matter. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Any other questions? No. Okay, let's call for a motion to approve, please.
I'll move per staff recommendation.
I'll second.
Thank you. Ready for the vote? Joey, please call the roll.
Director Bender,
Yes.
President Bateman,
Yes.
Director Couch,
Yes.
Director Mayo,
Yes.
Director Orsini.
Yes.
Thank you all. Next item on the agenda, we move on now to active committee reports. The first committee on the list is Parks and Recreation. I did not attend the meeting, and I believe that Director Binder did attend the meeting. You're not coming through.
I believe you're muted, Scott.
I'm holding down my space bar. Okay, there I go.
Got it.
I have nothing further to add to Director Messmer's report, and I'd like to welcome Aria to the committee.
Okay. Thank you. McKinleyville Area Fund. Again, Scott.
Did not meet.
Did not meet. Okay. Next on the list is the Web of Region Economic Development Commission.
Did not meet.
Did not meet. They canceled their meeting. McKinleyville Senior Center Board Liaison. That's either Scott or David, one or the other.
Oh, we did not meet?
Did not meet. Okay. The Audit and Finance Committee
Didn't meet.
did not meet. The employee negotiations, David or Dennis?
No, no
Did-
meeting?
Did not meet. McKinleyville Municipal Advisory Committee, that's Binder and Orsini. I don't know. Director
Did
Orsini
not meet and will meet on December 10th.
did not meet, and
Their meeting is what, this week or something like, or next week?
Yeah, December
And
10th.
we meet again on December 10th for a
okay,
special meeting.
The last time they met was when we met on, for the joint meeting.
okay. So December 10th, there will be a special meeting. Okay. The subject of the special meeting, has that been published or is that yet to be published?
The agenda has not gone out yet.
No, it has not come out. Okay. What do we have next? Next is McKinleyville Community Forest Committee meeting. That's Orsini and Beitman. I did not attend. I was out of town.
I've got notes.
You guys know, it's okay. Please go ahead. Eric.
Yeah, so we had our typical subcommittee reports from the TICs and from the Forest Management Plan. We considered appointment of public member applications for the Forest Management Plan, Funding and Budget Committee, and a public member, and then a public members. We appointed the public members. We just got done moving on or taking action on for the TICs. We had volunteer work guidelines and permission process. There's it's a it's a guideline it'll be in the forest management plan when the forest management plan's done. We'd had quite a bit of conversation about that and had a few comments for it, but nothing that was earth shattering about that. So we'll be seeing that when the forest management plan is done.
Yeah.
We consider recommendations for approval and forwarding to the MCSD board for approval of the California Forest Improvement, the CFIP, the first thing that we had on the agenda tonight. And then and I love saying this one, we reviewed the McKinleyville Community Forest Fund fundraising effort and had a brief discussion about that and kind of talked about people, soliciting members of the community and maybe some ideas for that and other people if they had any new ideas or anybody that wanted to talk to somebody that was on the list. And that was it. We just went through some announcements. Didn't come up with any. Did we come up with any agenda items? Any new agenda items? I don't remember.
We're doing the budget at the next.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we talked about a quarterly budget. Yeah, that we're going to start seeing a budget quarterly for the community forest committee or for the community forest. And we adjourned at about 5 minutes after 7.
Good job. Pat, did you have anything else to add to this report?
I have nothing further to add.
Okay, thank you. The last active committee report, I think, is a committee that's not active, and that's the Humboldt Bay Municipal Water District Task Force. And that is either David or Dennis.
Well, we did not meet, but I am in the process of calling the new manager of Humboldt Bay Water and reminding her that we shouldn't be meeting. So,
And she got back to me earlier this week saying, as far as she is concerned, the Water Task Force has been dissolved.
okay.
We'll have to amend our committee list in our board.
We can handle that when we do.
Yeah,
Committee
next
appointments.
in January. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right. Unless somebody else has something they wish to add.
Well, I was going to say, we did have a LAFCO meeting, which I attended as an
Okay.
alternate, and there wasn't really anything about McKinleyville, the LAFCO meeting. It's all Southern Humboldt related items.
Okay. Others to. Okay. Who's on? Oh, Steve Madrone. Okay. I can't see him. Doggone it. All right. Thank you. Next item is legislative and regulatory reports. And Greg reminds me that Steve Madrone is online. I'd like to ask Steve if he has things to share with us, please.
Thank you, President Biteman. Can you guys hear me okay?
You're coming through loud and clear.
Great, yeah. So nothing much to report except that at the last board meeting, there was some discussion about your agenda for your working session on December 10th. And I offered up a couple ideas, and I was encouraged by a couple board members to submit those ideas for possible discussion items to have some good educational, informational discussions. So I've done that. Haven't heard anything back, but I will attend on December 10th, and I look forward to seeing the work you guys get done. Thank you.
We will. Thank you. We'll look forward to your presence and your contribution. As always, looking forward to what you have to share with us or bring to us. Any other legislative or regulatory report?
I'm on.
Dennis?
Can you hear me?
Hey, this time, yes.
Program. We
Hey,
discussed.
hey, Dennis, keep your, if your mouth isn't facing towards the microphone, we can't hear you. When you turn your head away, you fade out.
Okay.
Yeah, now you're okay.
We worked on some concepts that we're going to take to our legislators when we're in DC in February. We, of course, on the 10th and our meeting on the 10th, and then during the time between then and when we go to DC, I'm sure staff and us will work on talking points and ideas. I've got my tickets, airplane tickets and rooms all bought, and looking forward to doing some good lobbying for us.
Okay. Thank you. Anyone, any other legislative or regulatory items? No? All right. Well, I think it's probably safe to move on to staff reports. Starting with finance and administrative department, and this should be Finance Director Samantha Howard, please.
I have nothing to add to my report. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. As usual, I enjoy reading your report. Operations Department, James Henry.
I'm looking at Pat to make sure I'm not forgetting something, and he's giving me dirty looks. I have nothing further to add at this time. Thank you.
Thank you. Parks and Recreation Committee, Kristen Mesmer.
I have nothing further to add. I did want to, I guess I do have one little thing. On the 1 million federal funding that we got for the community forest, we still have not heard back yet from Senator Huffman's office. So we're still in the same place we were at the various last public meetings I've been at. But as soon as we do have a little bit more direction, we'll definitely report out on that.
So the check is in the mail, huh?
So far. Any other thoughts or comments or questions of our staff members, Parks and Rec in particular? No? Okay. The general manager, Pat Gaspari, if you would.
Supervisor Madrone mentioned the one item I was going to bring up. So just reminding everybody, there is the special board meeting next Wednesday, December 10th, starting at 8:30 here. It's scheduled from 8:30 to 3, but will take as long or as short as you guys need. The agenda for that should go out on Friday.
Is there like, if I give you a call tomorrow and ask you about the stuff that's on it and make any recommendations, is that enough time to get it done, or is it too late to make any recommendations about what the agenda, because we kind of talked about what we wanted on the agenda, so.
Yeah, and Leslie Frisbee, our human resource staff, is putting that together. She has on there everything we talked about at the last board meeting to have on there. Yeah, if you have comments, want to talk to, give Joey a call. I got training all day tomorrow, so maybe give Joey a call. And
yeah, I can do that. I'll call you in the morning. Or I could actually tell you, I can talk to you tonight before we leave too.
Sure.
For that matter.
Okay. And where do we stand in the process of when can we expect to see the agenda in front of us?
Jen will go out on Friday, just like normal. I don't know, anything other questions other than that?
No. Anybody else from Dennis or Scott? No. Okay, enough for that. Next item is the president's report, and I really don't have anything to report, so I'll give the time back on that. We are for board member comments, announcements, reports, agenda item requests for future meetings. Does anybody on the board have comments, announcements, requests for future agenda items?
I don't.
No,
I'm good.
Nope.
We're close to a record on the meeting.
Yeah, well, I was working on that. All right. With that, I'll call the meeting.
I'll move to adjourn.
Okay. And that does not require a second. Meeting is adjourned.